Hey guys, I'm just going to give you a quick guide through 4.1. It's a pretty simple question, but in case some of you may be having some trouble, this may help you along a little bit. There are a couple of configurations for this particular question, and there's one that I'm getting confused on, so I've posted that on the wall, so if you can give me a hand on that, that'd be excellent. And you can help out other people who may be having issues with that configuration, but I'm going to go through the ones that I know, and I'll explain how to do them step by step. This first one, for example, VO, you're just going to do, working out VO is pretty simple. You just work out you add the voltages as they go through the circuit. You start with V3, it's going to be V3 is -4, and because there's a virtual short circuit between the positive and the negative terminals, at the negative terminal, the voltage is also going to be -4. And as we follow that along to V2, we add -6, so that's going to be -10, and that just ends up what our VO is going to be. So VO ends up to be -10. That's nice and easy. IO changes is a little bit more difficult than that to figure out, but not too bad. You should be able to handle it fairly easily if we can get a brush. Okay, so we just do nodal at that point between IO and VO right here. We end up doing IO goes into the node, so it's negative IO, and then it's positive. We end up with VO on top of R4, so VO on R4, and then we have plus VO as we go along the other branch. VO minus V2, so that'll be minus 6, so VO plus V2. That's confusing. I'll do that later. So it's minus V2 on R1 equals 0. If we take IO to the right hand side and sub in our answers, minus 10, 1600 plus, it'll be minus 10 minus 6, so it'll be minus 4 on 1000. And if we plug that into our calculator, you can simplify that, but I'm just doing it for simplicity, taking it from the equation. Copy that into here and try, and voila, that'll be our first answer. Alright, this is the next configuration that we'll be doing. This one, the only difference is that it introduces an independent current source. Everything else is pretty much the same. You treat nodal the same way, just accounting for I1 during the equation. For VO, you only got V2 to work with, and that's going out of the goddamn Skype. That's going out of, away from VO, so it ends up being -1. VO is equal to -1. That's nice and easy. IO, we'll just write out the equation using nodal again. So we'll just start with something nice and easy. I'm not going to skip any steps just for simplicity here. So negative IO because it's going into the node, and then we have plus VO on 3000, and then we have I1 going into the node, so we have negative I1 equals 0. We'll bring IO across. IO, no, I subbed that in already, doesn't matter. We have -1 for VO on 3000, minus 100 micro, so it's 10 to the -6. Then we'll shove that in there. Hopefully that'll give us our proper answer. It's -233 micro. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, micro, not milli. Go there, and there you go. Nice and simple again. Okay guys, this will be the last example that I'm going to give you. If you find anything, if you encounter anything that I haven't shown and you need some help with it, just post a comment on the video link. Not on the video itself, I won't bother checking that. So this one is the difference between this one and any of the other ones is that you don't have a voltage source attached to the negative terminal, and because of that and these two resistors, you have to calculate the gain from the amplifier. And that's just a simple equation you've got. Your AV equals V2, or in our case VO, on V1, or in our case V3, which is also equal to 1 plus R2 on R1. Now if we were to just chuck those values in, we have VO on -8, because it's going into VO, and it's got a value of -8, nice and easy. 1 plus 1500 on 2000. For the sake of it, we'll just bring the 8 on here and multiply it. So get rid of it from this side when we're working it out on here, just to skip a step. And so our voltage ends up being a nice round -14. And for the current, you just do nodal again, using our new VO. Separate that. So we've got IO going in, we also have I4 going in, and from here VO goes to ground and passes both R2 and R1. So in order to do that, we have to do VO on R2 plus R1 all equals 0. Bring IO to the other side, nice and easy. Negative I4, so negative 100 micro. So it ends up being 100 micro plus -14 on 3500. And we'll calculate the current for that. And there we go, 3.9 milliamps, -3.9 milliamps. We go try, and full marks. So yeah, like I said before, if you encounter one that you're not really sure how to do, most of them will be a derivative of what I've shown you using the same methods, but with things mixed around a little bit. It'll essentially be the same, but if you do have any trouble, just post a comment and I'll do my best to help. Good luck.